Setting up a case for a customer in Builder involves setting case, action, and checklist information. The first of these is case information, so let's take a look through that. Firstly, from the services screen, let's actually create a brand new case. Now, let's not bother to clone any information, and we'll just create it all from scratch. So, before we start to add any actions in our flow, let's go and look and set the case level settings. So, the first tab here, we've got when is it due? So in much the same way as for actions, you just choose from a predefined list. Let's choose 2 working days. Who does it go to? Again, I'll just choose from a list. Now, if I wanted to see the information which underpins the selections in these drop-downs, I can click on the dot dot dot, and it just shows me there's a little bit more detailed information here, but you never really need to know about that. You can just select from the drop-down. A different video shows you the details and what they mean, but we don't really need to go through that at the moment. Okay, so let's keep on going. We've got schedule type here. If there was some schedules uploaded, then you can specify what they might be. We've got some cases that need a schedule to run against. Record count behavior, well, this goes along with the record count value itself. So let's just say I set a record count here. Now, what might record count represent? In example, things like payrolls, this might represent the number of pay slips that the case is relevant for. And going along with setting that number as a default in the case configuration, you can choose if you want the record count on the case screen to be hidden, or to show but not persist between cases, or to show and to persist between cases. Next up is step progression mode. Now, this is how the system should behave if it finds itself in a step where there aren't any actions to do or any actions left to do. The options are it can be manually handled, or it can skip to the next step, or it can pause and let the case owner decide what to do. Further down the screen, we've got the SOP URL. So what is this? Well, you may have to choose some standard operating procedures that tell people how to run this case. If so, this is where you can set the web link for where those documents might be on your intranet, for example, and a link will then display on the ribbon at the top of the case screen. This would be likely loaded on your intranet, so let's just maybe stick in an example there, save that. It's got some formatting validation, so now we're okay. After this, we've got the main screen card and the side panel card. So you can define smart cards that will show on the main part of the case screen or the side panel of your case screen that will contain custom data. You don't have to, but you can if you've got any bespoke or custom data for the card. Let's choose some here. And the rest of the information you've got on the case section here is your email addresses. Email from, and then optionally email to, CC, and BCC. Now you have to define an email from, at least one. Let's just give a sample one here. And this is the email address that the system will send out any emails from in the case process. You can define more than one if you wish, but only one will be set as default. That's the one that will come in automatically. The others will just be available for you to use. Similarly, you can set to addresses and CC addresses and BCC addresses. You can set multiple default ones for all of those 3 different types of address. If you do, then whenever you write an email, those email addresses would come in. Once you've made all these case level settings, you can move on to define your actions and then set the action information in the next tab.